Hi, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get your website onto the first page of Google search results, the search volume and traffic that the top sites are getting, along with the amount of new leads that would be coming directly to your business. So what I've done is a couple searches here for Phoenixville and then also Philadelphia, and I've just taken the top companies from each area, taken their website as well as your own, and I put them all into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds when it crawls your site that it uses to determine your position in the search results, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. Now, just quickly looking at some of the numbers, you can see why some of these websites are linking at the top of the list. However, let me go into a little bit further detail on what these numbers mean and how you can improve yours. Now, when Google is looking to determine in what order to rank a website in search results, it uses two different factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site, which is basically a popularity contest. Now, this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours and then they create a link. And they act as an endorsement that Google uses to build that trust because others are vouching for you. So to use an example, if say the local news station did an article for the top 10 best seal coating companies in the area, and in that article the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now there's a lot of different domains or websites that can link back to yours, including any kind of blog or posting sites, press releases, maybe companies that you've done work for or products that you use. However, one very important type and that's very powerful is called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. They're always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. Now, as you can see, due to the amount of websites and the number of links that these companies have, this is why Google has more authority or trust in their site. And you can also see that obviously in Phoenixville, there's a little bit less competition, whereas if you go into a larger city like Philadelphia, there are a lot more competition, so there's a lot more authority that has to be built in order to rank. However, it's something to note here is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these, it's also the quality. So some sites are more spammy than others, so we need to find websites that are highly authoritative, but they're also relative to the service industry that you're in, so that way they can transfer that trust and that authority through the backlink to your site. Now, the second factor for ranking a website is the content on the page. So we take a look in here. These are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search that are being found on your website, as well as the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So this is where we do some research, both in the market and also on your competitors, to try to find all the highest volume keywords relative to the services that you offer and the areas that you serve, and make sure that those are being included and picked up on your page. So if we just use, say, these competitor as an example for the area of Philadelphia. Now, say, let's see, you do crack repair, so there's 50 people are searching a month for that. Driveway sealing, another 40 people. Philadelphia seal, another 40. So if you were on the first page of Google, all these people would be finding your website when searching in this area. And then depending on what the conversion rate is for people that call your business to turn into actual customers, you can see how just the sheer volume can add up to some revenue, some potential revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. And then, like I said, we repeat that same process for all the locations that you serve and then all the services you want to be found for. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find these on your website. So if we take a look at your site here, what I will say is that nowadays a majority of people are searching on their mobile device, so we want to make sure that these are mobile optimized. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that these are click to call, meaning that they can hit this button or hit a button or hit the screen for this button, and then it'll automatically input the phone number into their dialer on the phone, as well as if you wanted to have, say, a form submit button for them to send information so you can email them back. We would usually recommend that being at the top of the page as well. However, what I am finding here is that there just isn't a whole lot of content on the page itself. And that's a problem because when Google looks at your website, it doesn't care about the layout. It's just going to come in and count all the words and text on the page. Now, it's generally looking for a minimum of about 1,500 words on a home page because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are, and the more likely it is to recommend you. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for all those keywords, so any of the services that you offer and the areas you want to offer them in. However, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 150 words of text on the page. So the more services or locations or keywords in general that you want to be found for means the more content that you'll have to add to your page in order to qualify for it. Now, if we take a look at how this plays out in any search results, the first thing that always comes up is what's called the map pack. This is a pretty important area to try to get into because a lot of business is generated just from these top 3 spots since they're the top of the page. Now, it's free to be listed in here. You just need to fill out your Google Business profile, which is part of the Maps app, so you can do it right from your smartphone. When doing so, you want to fill out as much information as possible, including all the services you offer, the areas of operation, even the hours. And then in your business description, you're allowed 750 characters. You want to add some keywords in there as well. Then you want to add photos of your works that are geolocated and tagged within your service area, as well as posts onto your Google profile on a regular basis. Try to collect as many reviews, and then you want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number, you want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. Now underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. Now this is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up in the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites will help you climb and outrank the competition. Then once you are ranked, you'll be getting all those search volume and all those leads coming directly to your business. Now, I hope this information was helpful and it shows you how you can scale some of your online presence. But please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like to go into any further details. We could also talk about your goals, and then I can do some research on my end to find out what it would take for you to reach those. I appreciate your time and look forward to speaking with you.